Welcome to the Land Your Bets Sports Betting Live Show. Got a couple of y'all in here already. Appreciate you. We're going to be looking at Wednesday's slate. Got player props to look at. We got projections out right now for some minutes and the points and assists and rebounds. Also got a look at the injury report, which is getting updated as we speak. I'm going to be running through a couple of the ones I got here as I get ready to share my screen once everybody jumps in. Going to try to do this for a full hour. Got a busy day today and got to get some more plays out to that VIP. So what's good, Alan? Good to have you in here, bro. Okay, we got Jedi Modi in here. I'm going to tell everybody, too, I'm going to meet up with Modi, which is insane to think about. But ready to see what your plays are, bro. I saw your video, but I'll let you drop them in here. Let me look at a couple things after I bring up Modi, just blessing the chat. He got Curry points early. I saw that from you last night. 22.5 is way gone, but I love that. We got Duran double-double, also very gone. This is called CLV. This is why you watch Modi's videos early. We got Christian Brown points also up and KCP under on the points as a spot-up shooter against this Indiana team. So appreciate those looks from Modi. I'm going to be bringing up a couple of mine here and throw them in the chat and as well. Yeah, no doubt. Otherwise, I might even have Modi on today, but let's dive into a couple of those. I love all of them. They all have great CLV at this point. So what's not to love? Everybody else loved them too. But I think Curry points, you look at that, that's a play because of the fact that he's going up against a Boston team that gives up points to his exact player type, right? So let me start sharing my screen here. I'll bring up the bottom line as well so that y'all can start getting some, we'll start recording what we're talking about here. I'm going to get the up next thing going in a minute as well, but definitely jump in the comments with your bets if you got them. A little bit of a tricky slate, so I'm not necessarily going to, I say this all the time. I'm trying not to go balls to the wall on these plays, but we have to exhibit a little bit of self-control here. I'm going to figure it out. Let me bring up my screen as well. I just want to show you a couple of things of why I like the picks that Modi started us off with, and much appreciated, my G. Let me put this up. Just bringing up what am I bringing up here? I'm going to bring up Props Madness for a minute. Let me get my notes out of here. Y'all don't need that. All right, cool. So for Props Madness, if we look at the Curry stuff, he has good numbers historically, not even counting the championship where he just took them on and won with a couple 40-point bangers. If we look at Curry in this game, he's up to, 23.5. So it's gone down a little bit from 24. I know Modi got this at 22. If you happen to know what sports bet is because you live in another country, you can still get 22.5, but that is not widely available. But if you look at where this team is vulnerable, pick and roll ball handler, Steph hasn't been doing as much of that. The Warriors are actually in the bottom 5, I believe, in terms of the amount of pick and roll plays that they're even running. They're a motion offense to the max, and they're trying to live by that strength in numbers where they run you to death. And obviously the pick and roll doesn't run everybody to death, but point is he's shooting from above the break, and this team 12th right now above the break, but this is generally their weak point as they make sure that their wings are covering everything. So I get the Curry points bet. I like that one. Let me just finish up with a couple of them. And as everybody jumps in here, good to see y'all. We got Free Sauce in here. Blue Mamba, J-Main, what's good, bro? Saw TR Reptiles, just jumped in the VIP. Much appreciated, brother. Good to see you. And then Jokic PA versus the dreaded OKC defense. We can look at that too. Let me just finish up some of the Modi stuff here because I think these are all good looks. Jalen Duren is going up against a Charlotte Hornets team that does not have a center. Nick Richards is now out in addition to Mark Williams. Does Mark Williams exist? Has anybody ever seen him play basketball? I don't think I've seen Mark Williams for more than like a 3-minute spurt on the court. He might be made up. He might even be a real person. So Mark Williams is still out. Nick Richards is out. Taj Gibson is in. Taj Gibson and Grant Williams are going to be your big men in this game for the Hornets. So Jalen Duren is a steal at the double-double price of plus 105, where I believe Modi got it, because you can see 11.5 is now the rebounds and the points for the man. If you can still get a double-double, and I'll bring up Outlier for a minute, because if you can still get a double-double for Duren, then you are probably still looking at if you're going to get like minus 120-ish or something to that effect. Let's see if this will work for me. Let me get Duren up here. And the beautiful part here, obviously, about outlier.bet, you can see the double-double and alt lines right here on this platform, which is wonderful. So bringing up double-double, minus 130 for the yes still. It's still plus EV against this team. I mean, the way that he's at 11.5 boards, 11.5 points, I think that makes total sense. So if you like the double-double still minus 130, that's probably about as low as I would take it for the juice. But the Jalen Duren double-double is a great look by our boy Modi. I believe Christian Brown's stuff is not available at what it was. I believe 12.5 was what Modi got it at. It might even be 14.5 now, which is getting kind of crazy. He got forgotten for sure in the last game against this team. That's very helpful. I'm on assists for the first quarter. Let's look at points. We're at 13.5 for plus money still. All right. So I know Mode, I got this 12.5. This is probably what Prize Picks or FanDuel still has 12.5 minus 136. That's really juiced, but I mean, he's got a wonderful hit rate this season on the 12.5 and the 13.5. It's the same hit rate here in all but 2 games. Brooklyn and the Clippers. He failed to go under on the points. I like adding the rebounds a lot for him too, especially with Aaron Gordon out now. Obviously, last game without Ago didn't go as well, but if you put the PR together, he's got a pretty nice hit rate as well on that. This has been as low as 15.5. We were smacking it in the Discord, but 17.5 is still playable over and all but one. You get minus 115 is looking like the best number there. On Bet365 is still hanging that. So I like the PR a lot once the points kind of got nuked, to be honest. So keep that in mind. And then the last one was KCP under points. I haven't looked at that too much yet. This indie game is fishy. Why? We've been talking about this too in the Discord. Why is Orlando +5 when the last 2 games that they played, they are beyond putrid? They have an 85 offensive rating without Paolo this season. And already with Paolo in there, the on-off stuff was crazy for him. So I ended up staying away from this game, but we get KCP at 9.5. Obviously going under is a very nice hit rate here. Let me pull him up on Outlier so I can look at his season averages a little bit more. But I don't know that he's going to be even like he might be harder to find on the passes if Paolo isn't in there without a true playmaker for this squad. Franz, sorry to say that about you. Let's look at Kenny Pope. And pull up, we got PR here. Let me look at the points alone. 9.5. The under's juiced because Modi gave it out and he's a steam mover. Minus 120 for the under on 9.5 points has not been going over, as you can see. Let me pull this up on 2024 numbers only. So all but one game, and against Brooklyn, let's see what he did against Brooklyn. He went 3 of 7, and those were probably mostly threes. Yeah, 2 of 5 from 3. So he's really got to hit threes, but he's only taking 4.5. So I really don't want to take him to get 2. And this is a team in Indy that limits spot ups. They limit the shooting guard stuff, or whatever you want to call him, small forward, shooting guard. So you can see, let's see, overall, they are 27 points allowed to the shooting guard, and the wings a little bit better than against the point guard where they give up everything, and really good against the centers. But what we're looking at for KCP when you pull it up over here is going to be mostly that he's spotting up. You can see that not on here right now. It's not pulling through for him, but the opponent defense, much better in the corners. He's shooting 25% of his stuff in the corners, some of it above the break. So I understand the play for KCP from our boy Modi, but appreciate the looks, bro. At least that was a good starting point for 4 of these bets that we want to make. Let's get right to it. Tatum 40-point ladder from J-Main, not wasting any time and messing with it. Who goes over on the Pistons in points is another question. We can look at that too. I'll finish up with this game right here. So if we're looking at the Pistons going over on points against this squad, I mean, centers are who get the points against them, I believe. Let me just pull up the FanDuel Fantasy Pros site here. This is, I take this with a little bit of a grain of salt because positions are weird in the NBA these days. But if you look at the Charlotte Hornets versus point guards, they are middle of the pack in terms of the points. You look at shooting guards for Charlotte, a little bit worse. So they're a little bit better on the ball than they are off the ball defending. Charlotte against small forwards, a little bit better. I'd probably pass them already. They can't be this good, can they? Yeah, they're somewhere up here in the middle of the pack / not very good. Yeah, right there. So probably they're bottom 10. They're bottom 8 or so on this against the small forward, power forward. Just looking at their points all the way through. Nothing in the bottom 10 here, but then against centers, actually haven't been that bad. I mean, still giving it up. They're bad. They have the worst defensive rating in the league, so it could be damn near anybody. If you look at who's going to be the high in points, you should probably be looking at Cade. 22.5 points isn't that scary, to be honest, if we look at how he's scoring. So they give up a lot of free throws. Bad against the handoff, bad against ISO. So, yeah, I mean, for Detroit, I don't really love any of these players, to be honest with you. But if we're talking about who's going over in points, I mean, Cade's had a few bad games in a row. He's bumped up against 22 with some bad shooting against much better defenses, except for the Lakers. He should have done better there. But these other defenses are not quite as bad. I would say Cade. Obviously, that sounds too simple. But with the Jalen Duren pick, I think that's a good look. So let me move off this game and get into a couple of these bets we got in here real quick. All right, we got Chet. We got to talk about Chet for sure. What's up, Daft? Good to have you in here, man. Man, we miss having you on here, bro, by the way. And this is a little bit more of the KCP news from Modi. Shot horrible. Pacers give up nothing via the catch and shoot or the corner three. Yep, especially with nobody else on the Magic to worry about. That was my logic. I like it. And the word horrible should be an adverb. Thank you for correcting yourself. It's not horrible. It's horribly. You're describing an action, but he knows that. He's a writer. Buddy Hield free throws. That's a random look. I'm sure that's on DFS, right? Let me start putting some of these up on the up next. Constantine asked politely for Suggs. So look at that. Manners will take you far. Let's go ahead and look at Suggs first. I'm going to put some stuff up here on the upcoming before we look at Suggs, but he's up next. Timmy Jr. So here you go. You got to look from one of the best cappers in the game. Daft loving the Timmy Hardaway Jr. dropping 20 looks. So for whoever was asking about the Detroit game, who's going to be doing it, you can get that play from our boy here. Look at all these brilliant cappers coming in to make my show better. I'm much appreciated. Otherwise, I'm just floundering out here like the fuck boy that I've been for the last 3 days in the NBA. All right, the stuff I'm putting up here, because we are going to look at Suggs. I'm going to put Kobe White. We've got a potential 30-point play against Dallas. This is I'll put Kobe White in here. I do want to look at that Mavs and Bulls game. Bulls are so bad on defense. They're ripe for overs for sure. Capella is an under that I do like. I actually gave that out in the VIP. Was the Capella under on the PR, but I'll look at that with y'all because you got the rebounds and assists coming in there. Brandon Miller is probably a look. Just saw that one as well. Let's put B Miller in here. Look at his points. Let me try to get like 2 more. Yeah, John Morant was a good look. Let's get into that. That Memphis Lakers game, I think, is going to be a track meet. My buddy Nate likes the under in that game once it got to 231.5. But these are 2 teams playing the top 10 fastest pace. Let's look at Ja, baby. John Morant. I kind of want to fade Triple J too. I think he sucks. I'm gonna be honest with you. In a lot of ways, that's mean. I shouldn't say he sucks. I got the leans from yesterday on here. This is my bad. The plays that I've mentioned so far, at least verbally, that I like Halliburton points. I like Clint Capella under on the points and rebounds. And I know my guy Jacob, who joined the VIP as well, is in on Chet because he pointed out that every center that has gone up against the Denver Nuggets has basically gotten their rebounds. So everybody gets their rebounds if they play center against the Nuggets for whatever reason. As good of a rebounder as Nikola Jokic is. So, all right, cool. We got a couple that we still want to look at. So I'll put these up. I told Constantine that we'd start with Suggs, though. Suggs is kind of an enigma. I really thought he would just step in and be that dude. And if you look at the points, he's at 18.5. If you look at him without Paolo this season, let's take Paolo out. And what's it been, like 3 games? 3 games without Paolo, averaging 19 a game. So that's what they got his number at. He did score 19 against OKC, which is far and away the best defense in the league right now, defensive rating wise. It's like a 91 defensive rating for that team. They are an onslaught of guards coming out to just light you up on defense. But he still did his thing. Didn't do it against the Mavs. I'm surprised. They lost by 23, so this game was over quick. He came out. I'm not as worried about a blowout in this one because it's fishy as hell. As I've already mentioned, that the Magic are only plus 5.5. That makes no sense when they've scored 85 points a game in the last 2 without Paolo, or last 3, I guess, without Paolo. So for Suggs, what would I be looking at against this this Pacers defense? He's not doing quite as much spot up. I know this is still where he's at, but without Paolo, let me see if I can look at that real quick. If there's been a massive change for Jalen Suggs, I mean, when people are out, this is where we can really find value because now we can go. Usage is going to go up for guys. They're going to start to get involved more. Jalen Suggs is a big example of that. So let me go to players. I'm on NBA Advanced Stats. I'm going to go to play type. And I'm going to go to the spot up because this is the play that he's been doing the most on the season. But if I go to team, make this Orlando so I can see all the Orlando players and their spot up stuff. Okay, cool. Excuse me. We know Jalen's been awesome. But what about, can I filter this last 3 games? Shit, that's right. I don't believe I can. I can still do per game. Man, that's right. I can't filter the last 3 games at all, can I? Damn, that's right. by play type, you can't do it so that you get the specific player, and then you can't manipulate the amount of games. So a little bit tough to do that. And this isn't going to change just based on the last 3 games. Yeah, this isn't going to change necessarily. If I take Paolo off, does this change his play type stuff? No, he's still doing this. Okay, but I would be willing to bet a lot that this pick and roll ball handler has risen a ton since Paolo's been out. I mean, if you watch the Magic at all. So for Jalen Suggs, pick and roll ball handler against this squad, it's going to be him and Franz doing it. I would say Franz is probably a better look on the points. I know my guy Legacy King is on it. This has gone up as well. It's at 23.5 now. I believe it was 22.5 when it opened. So it does seem like some people are like, this is a big time game for Franz, and that we're expecting him to show up big time. So the dimes are surprisingly low. I don't mind the points and assists because he had 11 potentials and only got 2 of them last game. You should be getting around 5 with 11 potentials, maybe 6. So 4.5. I know this team doesn't give up assists for this squad right here, but to be honest, like you can, they're not the same defense that they were last year. Yeah, they do limit spot ups, but they don't necessarily. Are they limiting assists? I should not talk out of my ass. Let me just go to teams real quick and just look at opponent assists real quick and see where they're at this year. Indy, okay, they're still 5th best. So they are limiting assists. I still don't hate it at 4.5 for Franz, the dude that's going to have the ball in his hands most of the time. I think Franz is great on the points. Maybe you take the over on him, even like a 30. I think he's potentially ladderable. So I prefer Franz to Jalen Suggs, just to be honest with you. But those are going to be the 2 dudes taking the most shots for this team. So it makes total sense if you want to play either of their over on the points. I totally get it. Let me keep moving here. I got Kobe White up. Let me look at that real quick. Let's see real quick. No doubt. No, Triple J hasn't made a 3-pointer. I think it was actually the Reagan administration was still around, or maybe Obama was president. That's been long ago enough now. No president talk on here. My bad. All right. Unless you want to show a winning ticket for how you had like a Trump to become president winning ticket for like any kind of plus money, then you're brilliant. The Levine is questionable. Keep that in mind, or go with the Chicago center. Yeah, I can understand that. But Levine is questionable. So I don't think there's been any official update on his status. Unless anybody can comment on that, let me know. But if I go to my noties, so I can just look at Underdog NBA, keep me posted. David Roddy is available to play DeAndre. Yes, DeAndre Hunter ruled out is wonderful because I have Jalen Johnson. I love his rebounds and assists today. He might be a double-double look. I got to interrupt myself now that I know that DeAndre Hunter is completely out. Let me pull up Jalen Johnson and interrupt everything we're doing here and your regularly scheduled programming because I don't have an update on Zach LaVine, and he's going to impact Kobe White a ton. So DD for our boy, it's got to be down. It was at like plus 170. It's probably down to like almost even money. Okay, plus 135. And on Underdog, it's a better price, obviously, if you want to add it to something. Plus 175, though. On Caesars, yeah. I think I got a sprinkle on that. That's a look. I'm going to hit that right now. So we're going to interrupt ourselves again because I love Jalen Johnson now to get 10 boards in this one. All right. Bet. Let me, y'all are going to bear with me for 2 seconds. I am sprinkling on that. I got to get that in. But Jalen Johnson, double. I wanted to hit it already. I didn't know if I wanted it without DeAndre Hunter being ruled out for sure. But if you can get plus 175 on Caesar, that is a look. Going to sprinkle on that for the JJ double. I've been waiting to play it. They have him at about 8.5 boards on Establish the Run. Fine, whatever. I think it's worth a sprinkle for the double in this situation. So I'm adding it. Let's see. Add it to the card. This is Jalen Johnson, not any other JJ. All right. And Texent. All right. They got me. Good. We love that. Little quarter unit. I put a half unit on it. I've been going crazy with these, but yeah, plus 175 on Caesars is a great look for the JJ double. So I sprinkled on that because I already have him on the over on the RA. I love that. Damn, that's crazy though. That's a crazy high number. I mean, what's Kobe White? I know we're supposed to be on him right now. So what's his, because you can look at the alt lines on here. That's why I'm sticking Kobe like Kobe cheese. Kobe. All right. Where you at, Kobe? So he's at, so he's only what, like 20.5 points, right? This is still Jalen Johnson. Come on, bro. Kobe. 2024. What's our boy been doing? 25 a game. Alt lines for 30. Is that what's that at now? Plus 280. I cannot believe you got plus 700. Really great play, my brother. That's a good look right there. So yeah, the plus 280 makes it a little bit less worth it, but it does look like Zach LaVine. He's not on like a doubtful term now, is he? Let's see. Update. Somebody let me know if they see Zach LaVine stuff. All right, we're gonna be helping each other out here because if Zach LaVine's out, I love that. And you're right, I'm on the PA. Thank you for pointing that out, Mr. Modai. This is why I need you on the stream, bro. 19 and a half. Okay. So 19 and a half and 10 more points is like not even triple that. That's a lot of points to add, but plus 700 is sexy. So I see that. The points versus this Mavs team, they've been really good on defense this year. They're giving up the fourth fewest points to the point guard position. Who are they going to be having on Mr. White? Let's go down to this game because this is going to be a faster paced game. I think like the way we just saw the Mavs sped up by the Pacers, we're going to see them sped up by the Bulls as well because the Bulls suck and they have no choice. Where are we at with Najee? Everybody keep me posted on Najee because this is going to be one of my favorite plays as soon as they give us legit lines for him and not lad broke. No offense to y'all Aussies out there. All right, pulling up Kobe right here. So we can still get 18 and a half. Props Madness does a way better job of pulling through the updated lines than like actually most places in the world. They're really, really good at it. It's like once every 60 seconds, this updates. So Kobe White at 18 and a half is a much better play, obviously. Let's see him this season with Zach LaVine. Does that matter too much? Yeah, so he's at about 19 as opposed to 20, but it's not too much of a difference. It's just that he had a real big game against this doo-doo Milwaukee team. Yeah, I said it. Pick and roll ball handler versus the Mavs they're good at, but he has become more of a spot up shooter because Josh Giddey's out there, right? So Josh Giddey's getting the dimes, and Kobe White is doing a little bit less assisting-ish, at least since Giddey started to get his footing under himself, and Kobe White's been doing a bit more scoring from the spot up. So I do like that against this team. 14th against the spot up. Yeah, they're fine. They're not great. They're a versatile defense. They kind of just switch it up. So if Zach LaVine is out, Kobe White at 18 and a half points is a great bet. What is he without LaVine this year so far? It's only 8 games, so we don't have much to work with here. But the one game was against a bottom 3 team in the league in the Jazz, so I don't want to use too much of that. Let me look at, DDR played last season. So if I look at last season without LaVine and without DeMar, I can't do without DeMar. So I need DeMar to be missing for this to matter at all. So it doesn't really, to be honest with you, without LaVine and DeMar. Otherwise, I don't have anything. So I'm not gonna be able to use that. I like the Kobe stuff. I think this game has points in it. Someone's gonna have to score. I think maybe even Giddey assists with that in mind. Without LaVine, he's got 7 in that game. He's been getting potentials lately, 14, 10, 13, 12. So if he's at about 11, 12 potentials, 6 isn't quite a great number. I already have the assists up. Where are the Dallas Mavericks up in limiting assists overall? Pretty bad. Yeah, 9th worst at limiting assists right here. So I get that for Kobe. I'm going to put him on the bottom line so I don't forget about it. But I like it. For injuries, I mean, I just look at most of the time I just look at the NBA injury report that comes out. It refreshes once an hour. The link to this is in the description of all these videos too. So you can see like the latest one came out, 25 minutes ago. And then there's gonna be another one that comes out 6:30 on and on and on. But this is the most not up to date, but this is the most accurate no matter what. And then other places just pull from it. So I would always be like using this as your guide more than anything. But you can use like Underdog NBA. It's perfect for giving you alerts, right? I've got it for NBA, WNBA, NFL, so that anytime that somebody has an update, then they've got it. They're on it. They're pulling that through really, really quickly. So those are the 2 best spots for the injury stuff to make sure you're up to date on that. Let's see real quick. Got a lot in here. Daft, who you talking about? I missed who you're talking about, but I always want to be able to steal your bets if I can. Why is Buddy Hield prop so low? I'll tell you, that's a good question. Let me pull up some of the. I want to make sure I'm not forgetting everybody. So we're good on Kobe White. I would put him on the bottom line as a lean that I'm going to keep in mind. So I'm taking him off the up next. I'm putting him on the bottom line. Kobe White over 18.5 points is a look. Save that. Scrolling on the bottom line. And the question I was responding to was the Buddy stuff. So for Buddy, real quick, if we look at Buddy against the Celtics, they don't switch. So that would be why Buddy stuff is remaining low against a team like the Celtics. They don't give up spot up. That's number one. And you know he's doing mostly spot ups and pull ups, to be fair. But against the spot up, they're second. Yeah, they're second best. That's what I'm trying to say. So the Celtics give up the second fewest points per game to the spot up shooter because they switch everything, so they don't have to, and they never help out on the ball handler. So Buddy, if you want to be a little bit pragmatic about this, has been shooting like damn near 50% from three. As good of a shooter as he is, as much as he's helped out by the fact that Steph is out there now, he's not a 71%, 78%. This is 11%, so he goes under. And then 64%, 33, 60. These are insane three-point percentages, right? So he's got to come down at some point. The Pelicans suck. He was playing without Steph. The Wizards suck. He was playing with Steph, whatever. The Rockets are good. He's playing without Steph. Jazz suck. Portland sucks. So that's why. Now he's playing Boston. This could be a rude come down for him. Buddy is a different dude. Buddy is an I'm feeling it player. So when Buddy's like, yo, I'm feeling it, then whatever, right? Then it's probably going to go in. I can't account for that. But I can tell you that odds-wise and like math speaking, if you want, mathematically speaking, Buddy Hield is due for some regression at some point before too long. The man is not a 22 points per game kind of player, but look, he might have a great season. It's just against Boston, this ain't a bet that I want to make. So I'll be careful with Buddy. Let's see. I spelled Kobe White wrong. I thought I took that down too. I did. Didn't update. All right, so Capella real quick. I'm fading Capella. I can tell you that right now. Somebody asked about it, so I'm just showing it up right quick because I love Jalen Johnson in this matchup, and now we have DeAndre Hunter out. And it's weird to say that I love Jalen Johnson versus OG Anunoby, but the Knicks are worse against power forwards than they are really any other position, to be honest with you. And I can just, it's actually easy to do this on outlier.bet. If I pull up, let's see real quick. If I just pull up, I'll pull up Jalen Johnson, apply that. I actually had him listed and then I took him down like an idiot. If I pull up JJ, what? Did the DeAndre Hunter news mean that this is gone, or is it just the fantasy bet is gone? Okay. There's no fantasy points up for him right now. They're redoing that. But the points, they're going up right now. I bet the rebounds are going up because now that he was officially listed out. But if we look at the Knicks versus power forward, so overall in terms of this is how they rank against points, rebounds, and assists, right? So very good defense still, even though they haven't been as good as before. They're number one limiting point guards. They are slightly worse against shooting guards, although they are worse against shooting guard assists, whatever you want to do with that. Points allowed to the small forward. Some points allowed to the power forward, none allowed to the center. So as far as points, they're giving up the most to these two spots. But then if you look at the rebounds, right, 26th versus small forwards. Am I doing this wrong? I thought they were. Oh, it's the assists that they give up hella, right? Yeah, they give up hella assists and some rebounds to this team. But with Jalen Johnson being matched up against OG Anunoby, I love the assists and the rebounds for him. I think that's probably nuked at this point. Where's rebounds and assists? No, you can still get 12 and a half. I got 11 and a half, and I love that number. This might get to 13 and a half at some point, but maybe not. 12 and a half is still bettable if you can get that close to minus 105 or minus 110. But for CC, the fade, there's a little bit of correlation for why I would be fading him and why I'm going with JJ. But one of the things I looked at right away with Clint Capella was like, well, he's got Onyeka Okongwu coming back. So he's got his backup center fully healthy. Let me get Clint over here. So points, rebounds, and assists. You take the under. They're calling this an EV bet, or are they calling the over an EV bet? Oh, neither anymore. Whatever. I took the under PR. Where are you at? PR 17 and a half. Can you get under 18 and a half is a doo-doo price now. So this is nuked also, but I prefer the fade of him when you got Onyeka Okongwu coming back. If you look at him this season, this is under 18 and a half right here, under in 6 of 8. He's only averaging 15.3. The median is 14.5 because he had a total outlier here. The median number takes the outliers out of the equation and makes it a lot more just about what's the most likely number that he goes over or under. So 50% of the time he's going over 14.5 PR, 50% of the time he's going under 14.5 PR. So I love this bet for him. with the amount of field goals he's taken, 5.6 per game, 22.2 minutes. Some of the projections for him tonight are about 24 minutes, but this Knicks team is very good against centers, as we know. Third fewest rebounds, 10th fewest points versus the position, as you can see over here on outlier.bet. So I'm going under on Capella. I think someone asked about the under, which is a good fade. I think you asked about the rebounds and assists, but I have no problem adding the points there. I don't know. He doesn't do much assisting, obviously. So if you wanted to add the assist in there, no problem with that either. All right, let's look at B. Miller, because this was a popular bet today. A couple people definitely be looking at that. Yeah, Chet double-double is probably nuked, but that's what I was asking Daft about earlier, is the Chet stuff, and the rebounds are a popular play for him. Is LaMelo out? I know he was questionable. If anybody has an update on that. And Underdog is going to be hella fast to this, so I don't mind even just like going right to them to see if they got anything new up. Campaign is out. That doesn't do anything for me. And Shaden Sharp questionable for tomorrow, whatever. All right, yeah. If LaMelo is out, then yeah, I mean that there's some stuff to be done there. But we got some more of these. Yeah, we got the Onyeka prop out now. This was, I believe, 9.5, and it's down to 8.5 for Clint. So yeah, I like that bet for him at 18.5 under that on the PR if you can get it for not the worst money in the world. Going back to that Charlotte game, y'all can't stay away, huh? Brandon Miller, 17.5 points versus this squad. Nothing up for him. His play type is probably going to be a lot of the spot up, right? Playing off of LaMelo. I don't love his stuff with LaMelo. How did he do last year with LaMelo Ball in the game? Let's look at Brandon Miller with LaMelo. With LaMelo last year, 14.6 points per game. Without LaMelo last year, 18.4 points per game. So that's what I wanted to see and kind of validate for myself. Was Brandon Miller was a pretty good player as a rookie. He was not as good with LaMelo Ball. These two dudes have not played together very much at all. So it's tough to kind of figure out what they're going to do once they do get on the court together. How many games did they play together? They played 19 last year, like 2 this year, whatever, 3 this year. So, 22 total games together. They don't really have it figured out. B. Miller is a bit scary to me, but I get why people would be on him. He's coming back. He's going to be their second scorer. But yeah, no, I don't have anything for B. Miller on this one. He's taking most of his shots above the break. His team, not that bad defending the 3 above the break. They don't have a center, so you can get everything you want at the rim against them. Maybe he does that via driving, but I don't have enough of a sample size with second year Brandon Miller on this team to really know what to do with him, to be honest. So, right. That was the other thing about Clint. Thank you for adding that, Daft. The other thing I liked about Clint was that he's guarding Karl-Anthony Towns. So he's going to be standing outside on the perimeter, not able to get those boards. That's a nice under for him for sure. Clint under RA was a Daft bet as well. Got you. Dope. Let's see. Clint 5 assist game incoming. Better not. Let's see. All right, cool. Let me move past Miller. Let's look at Ja real quick. And get into some of that Lakers and Memphis game. Give me some of those bets if y'all want to see them. I kind of waiting. Well, first of all, is AD playing, right? I believe AD is still questionable. The latest injury report has him as such questionable. Rui looks doubtful, by the way, so I don't think Rui's going to get in there as much. I don't know who he's taking stats away from just yet, but let's open up the Lakers Grizz. Ja 23.5 still doesn't scare me. I know he's only gone over this in 3 of these games, but this is going to be a barn burner, right? Can you use that in basketball? I think so. But yeah, this is going to set the barn on fire, whatever that phrase means. And the pace is going to stay high. I like this at under 20.5 for Triple J. I once again, just kind of think he sucks on offense. And if he's not getting volume. And the other thing that's crazy is I was really interested in this, but if you look at Jaren Jackson Jr. with and without Ja Morant, and this is for his whole career, right? He's played 182 career games, 101 of them without Ja. Without him, 3 more minutes per game, 5 more points per game, an assist more per game, 5 more shots per game. So yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like he's not a scorer without Ja. 19.5 is silly, even without Desmond Bane, to be honest with you. Let's do Jaren Jackson Jr. with and without. Well, let's just actually go over here and look at last season. So 23-24, Triple J. I know I'm looking at Ja, but I'm just interested in this game in general. So we're going to ride. Desmond Bane out. Without Desmond Bane last year, He was at 25.7 points per game. Let's do this without Desmond Bane with Ja Morant. How often did that happen? Probably not very. None. None games last year. So we can't really look at that. But I don't really care that without Desmond Bane, he's was worse. Last year he was a little bit better, I guess. And I guess Ja came to the team later, so I can't use that entirely. But I really want to fade him. That's all I got on that. Looking at Ja, like, yeah, it's high. It's 23.5. It's almost just like, do we just take him to go off? What's his career? Let's look at that real quick. Because I think he only played one game against him last year. Last year was not the year to bank on Ja's stats. Ja Morant versus Lakers last 4 games. We know he's missed hella time, but okay, some bad shooting numbers here for him. Actually has gone under this somewhat consistently against this team. This is the playoffs, though. Last 4 regular, and then he got hurt season games, so that doesn't count. He was hurt in that series too. I don't care about that. All right, Ja in the last 4 regular season games against this team is averaging 24.5, which is right at what he's at for this number here. 1 game he went over, 3 games he did not. So I don't know that there's necessarily just like Ja is going to be taken over against a team that sucks against point guards. The other thing is the Lakers were way worse against point guards last year, but this year giving up points to point guards, they're not doing that as much, right? They're 5th, 6th best, limiting points to point guards. So, there's something to be said there. The dimes to point guards, they're not as good. That's where they're in the bottom part of the league here, giving up almost 10 per game. Ja's assists have gone kind of crazy, look, transition would be where you think Ja's going to kill him. And I figured this was a big part of anybody's look on Ja Morant. They are giving up a ton of transition. Ja's going to get out and run against them. That makes total sense to me. If you want to take a Ja over, great. 23.5. He's done it once in his last 4 regular season games against this team. Maybe you don't want to count last year because it was a weird season for him, but it's just not enough for me to target this superstar. I do think Zach Edey is a look. It's just that if AD is in, he might get pulled from the basket and then AD's shooting threes. If AD is not in, then what are we talking about? Jackson Hayes, a lot more of that. That's not a good matchup for Edey because Jackson Hayes is a rim runner. Zach Edey needs to play with somebody that's going to bang against him down low. So if his minutes are what's key here. Now, in the last 3, he's played 29, 22, and 24. But before that, I don't think he had one 20-minute game against the Rockets, against Şengün. But yeah, then a bunch of these other games, he gets pulled from the basket by guys like Wendell Carter Jr., by Nick Vooch right here. This one, he should have played more against the Nets, but he didn't. Then he did in this one. So maybe his minutes are just going up. But I wanted to play him, and then I was like, shit, now I kind of want to fade him because he's a terrible matchup for AD. Maybe he's the only guy that can take on AD. I don't know yet with the Rooks. So I'm going to stay away from Edey for now. This is the rigmarole I went through in my fucking head earlier and didn't get anywhere. But I believe Rui is also going to be listed as out eventually. So, all right, let me keep rolling through a couple more here. Got about 20 minutes, and then I got to get some plays out to the Discord and got to get on that. Monday Night Football as well. We got points to be scored in that game. Let's see. Yeah, we got a nice Jalen Johnson here. I like that. Let's see. CP3 on the first quarter points. That could be a look. But yeah, transition against the Lakers for sure. That's the PNR stuff. They suck at defending that. I'm surprised they're that good at defending the point guard at all this year, to be honest. But let's pull up CP3 from Isaiah. And yeah, because I was looking up for a while at CP3 in this Rockets Spurs game. He's got some crazy. Oh, it's up to 11.5 now. Mother of God. So let's go to Outlier because this shows us first quarter stuff, and we'll pull up the point god. So Christopher, bro, has been balling, points wise, especially. I'm very, very surprised by his points. We look at Houston defense versus PGs. This is where they give up points. We know that he's played this team twice now. This is telling us that if you're getting plus 102, that you're saving some money on the VIG here. And this is a really good EV bet for the plus 102. And it's not available anywhere else, but 10.5 is probably still around. No, 10.5 is not even around anywhere. You can't get a single 10.5 anymore. Wonderful. Let's make sure that's true. Points. Yeah, you can't get a single 10.5. It wasn't lying. Plus 102, though, is still a good look. So the thing about Chris, and if we look at first quarter, 2.5 minus 106, he's done this most of the time. What's his average minutes in the first quarter? 6.3 doesn't do it for me. I thought you know, when you see somebody playing for a lot in the first quarter, they're a great first quarter look. First quarter bets to me need to be predicated mostly on how many minutes are they playing, because the rotation in the first quarter is usually very stable. You know how many minutes a guy is going to play in the first quarter because coaches have rotations and they stick to those rotations. So, you know, like for instance, we took Jaylen Brown in the first quarter in the playoffs all last season in the playoffs because we knew he was going to get 10 minutes in the playoffs in the first quarter. I don't believe in that for Chris Paul. I like his points a lot. I don't know if I have the stones to take it even against this team. Let's just look at this season real quick. So this season, he's over in almost every game. Just the first two, he failed to go over. And one of them was Houston. And then he came back and did work. But what are his field goal percentages here? 50, 56, 62, 56, 55. Come on now. Those are absurd. And I said this last game and he went over and people were like, this guy sucks. I don't know why I'm listening to him. Chris Paul went over and he said he was going to go under. Yeah, because he shot another fucking 55% from the field again. This is not his career numbers. Let's make sure I'm not talking out of my ass. Chris Paul stats for his fucking career. Let's do career stats. For Chris Paul, obviously he used to shoot a lot more. Career percentages are 47% from the field, 37% from three. 55 is too high. I mean, no matter how old he's getting or not getting, he's never going to shoot 56% from the field. He shoots too far from the basket. He's only shot this year, he's shooting 50.8%, which is the best of his career ever. 50.8% is the best field goal percentage Chris Paul has ever had. Do you want to bank on that to continue? I don't. Maybe it's a good bet because you consider him a point guard, pick and roll ball handler, score against this team. You know that's what he's doing. Let me pull up somebody else they'll pull through his play type. Actually, they're only ninth worst, giving up points to that. So it's just not a play for me against that defense. I think Dillon Brooks is questionable, so that would be helpful. If Brooks is his matchup and he's not in, then that would be helpful. But I don't love it, so I'm gonna stay away from Chris Paul on the points. Yeah, agreed that the sample size for like how a team is doing against a position isn't the most reliable. And LA's only played one team with a scoring PG, so that would make sense that you would take him like that. These numbers are going to change big time, for sure. So let's see. Oh no, we have a strict no Tobias Harris betting in this show. I mean, that's a stupid idea because maybe he'll come through. And I believe Tobias has been playing like shit, but please don't make me go back to Detroit, Charlotte. Can I go to a different game? Let me look for a different game. Did we get Najee lines? I don't know, but that's the question of the day. I'm going to keep checking until I get it. Where are you at, Najee? Naj. Still no legit lines for Najee. Fucking Ladbrokes. Get the hell out of here. You know, what time does this game start? This is going to come out. It's 8:30 start. It's going to come out, 8 p.m., 8:15 p.m. So we got a couple hours, but Najee is going to be a bet for anybody that's on here that doesn't know that yet. Let me see. I'm going to get a couple more. I got so much to do. I'm okay to dip for a minute. I'm not going to lie to y'all. They took Jalen Johnson off the board. Lord have mercy. They know they don't want us to make money off him. Jason Tatum, right? My bad. Jason Tatum was a question. Thank you for the reminder. Feel free to stay on me. You know that I have ADD, or if you don't, you do now. Let's look at J Tate. Possibly the MVP of the league, right? Should we put a bet on that? A couple of futures bets if you want them. I think you can still get some good numbers on Peyton Pritchard, sixth man of the year. I got that 10-1 and came in late on that. I'm not gonna lie. And then Tatum MVP might still be a look, to be honest. I'm just gonna pull it up on DK for a minute because I'm really interested, and I promise I'll look at his props. But now you got my wheel spinning on if he is going to be Jalen Brunson. If he's gonna be MVP, come on, dude. NBA. Let's see here. Get to awards. Give me awards. MVP. You can still get Tatum plus 450. Yeah, I thought it might be closer to 6, but yeah, he's putting up stupid numbers. Let's look at him. 450. I don't hate it. If you can get that 6-1 right now, I think that's a great look. They are playing. This is going to be the first time that this Warriors team is truly tested. Now we're at 30.5 points for a man, averaging 30 on the season. This is a really good defense. I believe they have the second best defensive rating in the league right now. Let me just go to advanced. And they're guarding the perimeter super well. So their D rating is second best behind the Thunder, 102. God, the Thunder are ridiculous. And then their opponent 3-point shooting, you always got to look at that versus this team. Are they even giving up looks from three? Ninth fewest attempts, and the fewest makes from 3. So that bodes well for your ability to hang with this squad. If you look at spot up, they are 6th worst. That's going to be a problem because if this team's moving the ball around the horn and they get out of sorts, they're completely effed, right? But they got the 2nd best D above the break versus 3-pointers. I'm never gonna be one to be like, let me go ahead and get 31 points from Tatum and predict that. It's just not gonna happen. So I don't really want to do that, to be honest. I think Pritchard might get locked up if GP2. Wow, they got him at 9.5 points. That's preposterous. Oh no, that's fake. Yeah, this is not available. My bad. That's crazy, though. If you get 9.5 points for GP2, this is the over is plus 490 on Sportsbet. Great. I don't know. Maybe take plus 500, but that's ridiculous. So for Tatum, yeah, I think GP2, if he's out there enough, is going to be a problem for Pritchard as well. And I would not be surprised if that's his directive is just go ahead and nuke Peyton Pritchard the way he did that to Jordan Poole in the last game. That would be the guy I'd be after if I was them. Maybe some Derek White. I considered him under because 19.5 is a lot for him, even without Jaylen Brown. But I'm mostly going to sit back and watch this game. I'll be honest with you. I like Curry at 22.5 points. I considered fading, not Kuminga, and not Wiggins. Who was I considering fading? Yeah, Buddy Hield. We talked about that. The spot up stuff for Buddy Hield. I think he might have a rude awakening coming back down to earth. If you're going to take Buddy Hield to go under 14.5, maybe take him to go like under 10 if that's available as an alt line on your book, which it probably is. That might be a look for him, but he's been so hot I don't want to touch it right now. The other one I wanted to play was Draymond. ETR came out, established the run, gave me some projections I didn't like, and that's why you see things kind of go in a different direction. This is now minus 150 for the under on the boards for Draymond. I kind of liked him to come back and start playing a lot more. He's been up at around 30 minutes in the last 3 games. One of those with Steph back against Washington, 14 rebound chances, 17 and 16. Right, he's at about 15.5 rebound chances per game to get 7. I like it. There's no real center in with Al Horford and Kata playing. Like, I think he can get boards on those dudes, but the projections that people slightly smarter than me had, we'll call them slightly smarter, really told me that like I didn't really love the Draymond stuff anymore. And I didn't want to add. I originally wanted to go PR, but like Draymond Green, and I was showing people this earlier in the Discord, 3 for 4 from 3, 1 for 3, 3 for 5. That's how he's been getting points in the last 3 games, is hitting, almost 3 threes per game for the last 2, averaging 5 3-point attempts. He averages like 1.5 3-point attempts on his career. I don't think we're getting a new Draymond. He's averaging like 9 field goal attempts in the last 3 games. He averages like 5.5, 6 field goal attempts for his career. So this is all outlier stuff to me for Day, and I couldn't go with it. Even if he's in a hot streak right now, he still shoots like he's got a backpack full of bricks on his back. I can't take anything with the points for him, so I stayed away from that. And Tatum, one more thing I wanted to look at for Tatum real quick before I move on is boards. He gets a ton of boards, but yeah, also without KP, he doesn't get very many. 7.5 is a beatable number for him. He's still getting rebound chances, although only 8 against the Hawks, 10 here. Only played 30 minutes ago because they won by 30. I don't think this is going to be a 30-point blowout. I guess in the games that stayed a little bit closer, yeah, there's nothing there for me for the boards either for Tatum, to be honest. So I'll move past that. Let me see. We got a bunch of comments in here, so. No, I'm with this. This is serious. And I'm glad that Dax is letting us know when he's serious, because we need to know when you're not joking, bro. You're too good at sarcasm. The GP2 under, we just don't have it, right? Like, there's no lines up outside of, well, sorry, bro. We can't play Lad Brokes, mate. You know what I mean? So, okay, wait. We got it. Oh, no. Cavalcade of emotions. 4.5 PRA is at, so the PRA is 9.5. PRA under is definitely a look. The only way this man scores is off the spot up or catching lobs at the rim. And this, so he's either shooting from the corner. Look at this, 93% of his shots. One of them is to the corner and the other one is right next to the rim. And if KP was in, I would like this bet a lot more, but this is a really good defense against the corner 3, as we know, because they don't give up stuff to spot ups and nobody's dribbling to the corner to then shoot. So you're catching and shooting from the corner, which is all that GP2 does. I really like that. I really like the fade of his PRA, to be honest. Why would he get more rebounds? What are those at? 2.5 assists. I love adding this. He's a sneaky player, bro. The only thing that would scare me here is if he gets a lot of minutes. He only played 16 against the. I thought he was going to be out there for way more against the Wizards. Yeah, I like the PRA. That's sneaky. I like the look there. I'm gonna put that in on the bottom line because I really, really did think that was a look from the jump. To be honest, let me put GP2 under 9.5 PRA in there. He still only got 13 minutes last game. Like, yeah, he's not playing enough to get this. So the PRA he's gone under. The 2 that he went over, he hit 3 of 3 from the field and 3 of 4 from the field. And he's not that good. And he's not getting that many shots. And I love him, but he's not. 5, and then, yeah, none. And then Steph comes back. He is good with Steph, but I don't care about that. Yeah, I think under 9.5 PRA is a look for GP2. I also think Buddy Hield is a fade. I can't get away from that. I might put that in there. I'm going to put it on the bottom line as well as a strong lean for Buddy Hield under. Buddy Hield. Sorry, buddy. You've been fun, but under 14.5 points. Can you get 15.5 for him still? Let me see. Let me put this up on the bottom line. That's not up next. I lied. No. Oh, yeah. Ladbrokes is offering under 15.5. I love looking at Ladbrokes. All right. Let me see about a couple other plays that we might have for some folk. Yeah. All right. Yeah, GP2 is on there to face guard and then dip out for sure. And jump super high. I mean, it's crazy. Oh, damn. Respectfully. Fuck ETR. I feel like you based a bet or 2 on ETR recently, Modai, and they did not come through for you. You might not be wrong, though. Sticking with Tatum on the PR, whatever happens. Get it, bro. Get it. No shade on that bet for sure. Let's see. You suck, Tatum. Bring the side. Someone got burned by Tatum. And yeah, Tatum rebounds over points to me. I don't know if you said that after I was talking about it, but yeah, we're same page there. Modai. Let's see. JT 9.5 first quarter. He is a guy to take in the first quarter for that reason. Like, he's balling in the first quarter. And I believe he's playing damn near the whole first quarter, right? Let me pull up Jay Tate. Definitely knocking out the hairs. He's just he's just too cheesy. I can't root for Jason Davies. Too cheesy. First Q points, 9.5, minus 120. Been going over. That's for damn sure. Been cooking in the first quarter. 11 minutes per game. It's not showing me the shot attempts. I get that on, but he's 12 minutes a game. Like, he's playing the whole first quarter. So the whole first quarter, and he's got more than 10 of his last 11 at home. He's averaging 6.5 first quarter points per game, but he's at 9.5. So he has not gone over this. Oh, he's failed to exceed 9.5 first quarter in 10 of his last 11 at home. Gotcha. This is all on the road this season mostly. Well, no, I mean, right. Just one. Yeah. And then failed to go over right here as well. I don't know if I care about that as much at home, to be honest. That doesn't really impact the bet. I think that's a good look for real. What are we calling him? A power forward? It doesn't really matter. That's not going to help us. I guess you can call him a small forward. I like the first quarter points play. 9.5 is steep, obviously, but he's averaging 13 in the damn quarter. Median's up at 14. So he's just got 2 stinkers in the first, and that's it. And you got no Jaylen Brown. I think it's a pretty sneaky good look, to be honest. And once again, this is all based on that. Like, I like him because of the minutes that I know he's getting in Q1. I'm gonna put that down. That's a good look, Joel. I appreciate that look. Let me put that on the bottom line. I might look into it a bit more, but Tatum over 9.5 Q points is a lean. Keep that in there. All right. Let me get going on a couple other things. I can't wait to hear it. We're gonna prove Modai and I'll probably take a picture together to prove that the 2 generic looking white guys are not the same person. There's 2 of us, and we'll be in the same room to prove it. So, oh, nice. Good look, Yehoshua. Good to have you in here too, brother. Famed Yehoshua from the VIP as well. Under 15.5 is available for Buddy on 365 at minus 125. I don't hate that at all. Let's see. I want to see a couple more. We got Miguel coming in hot. Let's see what you got. Miguel's got some first half looks. Phoenix, Houston, Indy, minus 1.5 in the first half. And we are flying with money flying. So I like it. Yeah, I see it. You put it in there like 10 times, but it's all good, bro. I appreciate the excitement. Let's see. People have been betting team. Yeah, since Brown went down. That's smart. Under 20.5 Grady. Ooh, don't make me fade, Dick. Come on now. We like Zubac over here too. Let me put Zoo up. I got like a few more minutes. I'm gonna put Zoo up. I'm gonna put Dick up. Let's see, Grady Dick. He's at 20.5 points. You're not going to see me fading Grady Dick right now. He's the all-star of my fantasy basketball team. But we'll take a look at it. And then the other look I just had that I forgot because I'm stupid is I'm white on the inside. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I can see that. That's fine. What was I just? Yeah, Zubac. All right, cool. Let's look at Zubac because Zubac is going to eat. Is he going to eat Dick today? I don't know. We'll see. Zubac and Dick. All right. It's never not going to be funny, y'all. If you don't like Dick jokes, I would walk away right now because it's going to be a lot of it. Apologies in advance. Let's start with Dick. Yeah. Let's start with Dick in a game. We should be looking at least at this game. What's the total on this one now? It's probably hella high, right? Basketball odds. Just go to NBA. I just want to see the total for the 237.5. Wonderful. So that's going to be points galore. Who's going to score? Let's see real quick. I mean, Dick's going to score. You know Dick's going to score. Going to be making babies out here with Dick. That's for sure. So we got 4 games now, all without Scotty and Quickly, and they're both missing in this game as well. IQ's doubtful. He's doubtful every game. 36 minutes, 32, 38, 36. So what's that, like 35, 36 minutes per game for this man in the last 4? Taking the shots. The reason I love Grady Dick is the free throws. I cannot believe how many free throws this raggedy ass fucking sequence wearing ass motherfucker is getting to the free throw line. I mean, there's probably something about the fact that, like, you know, when you're at the J and like there's like a little old white man that's running around and like everybody's just jumping up to swat his shot. I wonder if that's the case. So he's just getting fouled because everyone's like, I'm gonna beat this white boy Dick right now. Head to head, I don't care about. I'm looking at points because I want to show the free throws. I think should we just keep playing over on Dick until he doesn't do it? I don't know why we wouldn't. 2024, these last 4 games. Look at the free throws, bro. 8, 7. Okay, it was only 2 games, but that was still just so impressive to me, and I just wanted to talk about it. He didn't even need any against LA because their defense sucks. The reason I bring it up is I do want him to be able to get points outside of just shooting, but this team is terrible against the spot up for right here, right? They're the worst team against the spot up are the Kings. He's scoring 7 points a game from there. I'm putting Dick on the bottom line at least. Yeah, this Dick's going hard lately, man, for sure. Yeah, beat this Dick was too easy. That was gross. I'm sorry. That one was the one that I'm like, maybe I should stop now. I'm putting Dick on the bottom line though. I'm slanging it. I'm slanging Dick out there. So is he only at 20.5 though? Yeah. So there are no more 19.5. So maybe we throw Dick in a parlay, right? A 3-leg Dick parlay. What? Yeah. All right. I'm losing streamers. There's like 20 people already dipped because of all the Dick jokes. All right. We'll just say Grady Dick over right now and not ostracize. That was probably all like 15 chicks that probably just left. That's fine. All right. Let's see. Third. Yeah, that's that. Thank you, Modai. This is what I was going for. 3rd-leg Dick parlay. That's what it is because right. All right. Cool. That's the look here. This is good. This is why we workshop our Dick jokes in here so that we can get the peak joke right here. 3rd-leg Dick parlay. We nailed it. Dick getting 30. I mean, a 30-point Dick. Yeah, probably. So he's only done it twice, but he did it against the Lakers and the Hornets, 2 of the worst defenses in the league. The Kings, how bad are the Kings at defense right now? What's their defensive rating? They're not very good, right? They're a bottom 10, right? No? Okay, they're a little better. Oh, yeah, they're 11th in defensive rating. They're not the worst, but they are bad against spot ups. So let's just take it. I think Dick is still taking everybody by surprise. You know what I mean? So I'm going to take the over on him. I got that on the bottom line right now. That's a really good point. If you're going to leave because there's too many Dick jokes, then like, you know, what are you doing here? Like, what do you think this is? what do we, you know what this is? Damn, another one. This one is too good. And he's right. This is actually peak. Sorry, Modai. You get second best Dick joke. Best Dick joke is Suggs Dick parlay. Maybe next video, what I should do is jump in the comments. We're going to do a giveaway. Best Dick joke wins the whatever, right? I don't know. Wins the Dick. All right. Yeah, let's end it here with the PG revenge game so I can get out of here and start slinging those dick pics. That one's really good too. Dick pics. That's okay. I found it. Third leg dick parlay, dick pics, and Suggs dick parlay. All right. Let's at least close it with a look at this game. Don't give me this PG revenge stuff though. I don't know if I'm here for it. I mean, it is a revenge game. Yeah, you nailed it too, Jim. I mean, if you're gonna give good jokes, we're gonna highlight them, man. This is good. Most copied parlay of all time. 3-leg Jalen Suggs. Grady Dick. Fire, JK. Fire. If that doesn't make you laugh, what are you too mature for this? What are you doing in here? All right, closing it out. What do we like from this game? I don't know. It's so confusing with this team. But yeah, I would imagine Zoo eats a bit more against Drummond. How have they been doing against centers? I don't know if it really matters. We've already kind of established that. His stuff's really high. I'm sure Daft went ahead and just like nuked this stuff by giving it out, and then everybody and all his minions took care of it. But all right, we're good here. I got to roll because I got stuff to do, including getting in a Monday Night Football video out. Mike Gesicki is a great look. Prop Bomb gave that out. I looked into it a little bit. I love Mike Gesicki this week. Their backup tight end, Eric All, is out. T. Higgins is out because does T. Higgins even play football anymore? Mike Gesicki, nice little football play for you guys if you want it. All right, cool. Bam, Suggs dick. Yeah, Bam's not looking good. Fuck that Heat team in general, bro. Fuck that whole team. Yeah, did I say tonight? I meant tomorrow night. Thank you. Yeah, tomorrow night for is it Wednesday? It feels like Friday. Does it feel like Friday, anybody? All right, so I'm going to pin the comment with the bets that I have on the YouTube channel. Give that video a like, please. There have been 1,100 people in here over the course of the last hour, and we should have a lot of likes for that if you're getting anything out of it. The dick jokes alone should be getting some likes, I think. But at any rate, if you got something out of the picks, to appreciate it. Be back with a video for tomorrow. So you only got 3 doo-doo games tomorrow in the NBA, so probably go heavy on the Thursday night football stuff. But appreciate y'all being in here. I will be back tomorrow either way with the live because we got to get it going. Until I see y'all next, quick reminder to jump in the Discord. It's free, but there is the VIP Discord as well if you want to make sure that you're not missing any of the plays. Just had 2 out of 3 bad nights, so I'm feeling like we're going 4-1 tonight. We're going to get on a little heater here moving forward. Still have 3 units on the season. Got an NBA season pass as well, 40% off if you want that, so you can skip the monthly price. Had a few people jump in over the last 3-4 days, and we got some one-on-one scheduled consultations. So if you guys are interested in getting some one-on-one stuff from me, that's a part of the VIP package as well, helping out some people with their betting strategies and all that stuff. But appreciate y'all. We will be continuing this week. Until I see y'all next, happy betting.